7 things I wish I would have known about Naples, Florida. In this video, I'm going to share some of my personal experiences from living here in Naples, Florida for just about 20 years now. I am Dr. Ron Repasy with Realty One Group Paradise, and this is your Real Estate Doctor channel. Now let's dive into the 7 things I wish I knew about Naples, Florida. First up, number 1, the term snowbird. Who in the heck ever heard of this? I'm from Philly, y'all. So one of the main things that I got shocked with is this term snowbird. Well, let me tell you about the snowbirds. They like to fill up our towns. We have about a 50+% increase when they come in. They fill up the restaurants, and you just can't believe it. You actually will need a reservation, people. The nerve of them. They pack our roadways. You can hardly get around these days. They pack our beaches, and they drive like I've never seen before. Just utter craziness. So anyway, as you get into Naples, Florida, if you're not familiar, you will learn about the snowbirds. Let's go up to number 2, beaches and developers. Had I known, not quite as quaint as it was when I got here 20 years ago. The developers have really dove in and torn down the trees and the green spaces. They've really gotten to the point where there's very little green space or land left near the Gulf. So the good old days of when you could go to the drive-up movie theater, or the good old days where you could pay a few quarters and go to a public driving range. Oh no. They're apparently better used for apartment complexes, convenience stores, and the such. You don't say. The next thing we're going to talk about, after the developers and the builders have taken up all the lands, something else is called number 3, community bedtime. Do you ever feel like going out a little bit later, maybe catching the sunset and grabbing dinner a little bit later? If you're thinking about doing that and grabbing dinner after 9 o'clock, well, you have another thing coming. Have you ever had a server give you that stare? They look at you, and that look is like, don't you think it's time to go? So they can go home? Well, folks, being a little bit funny, but very serious. This is a happy hour time. Good luck trying to eat after 10 o'clock. It just ain't happening. If you go downtown to 5th Avenue or 3rd Street, there's some expensive dining down there, but it ends quick, so you got to go early. All right, on to number 4 of the 7 things I wish I knew about Naples, Florida is the golfing. So 18 holes of golf. It can be practically for free, or it can cost you your firstborn. It's amazing how prices can jump here in Naples, Florida. It can be as cheap as $35 in the off season, and that same course, public or private, could jump up to almost $200+ in the season. Now, I never played a lot of golf, but when I did play, I was fairly decent for someone that didn't get out there a whole lot. It just was the fact that it took 4 hours and the travel, et cetera, that I wasn't so into it. But nonetheless, if you're not a member, of a private club, that is to say, then you may want to play between June and September. You might be able to get a round of golf in and a buffet for around $50. So that's really pretty cool. So there is some awesome options available. But if you want to play between January and May, good luck. It's going to be a little tougher. Get your wallets out, boys and girls, is what I'd say to that. With that said, Naples is the golf haven of the USA, and there are some amazing courses here, such as Tiburon and TPC Treviso Bay, and so there are just tons of courses that you can enjoy. On to number 5 of the 7 things I wish I knew about Naples, Florida is the restaurants. Regarding restaurants, you could go out in the Naples area. You could basically dine out every single day for a year and not cover them all. And this isn't even considering Bonita Springs, Fort Myers area, Marco Island. If someone had warned me that I was going to be guaranteed to gain about 50 pounds in my first year of Naples, Florida, I probably would have looked for maybe a little more less fed area, like a deserted island or something. Whether it be Indian cuisine, Greek gourmet, Brazilian style steakhouses, fine Italian, yummy pizzerias, sushi galore, yummy gelato, or even Rita's Italian Ice. Naples has just about everything when it comes to restaurants. You also can't forget about the Disney-like restaurant / grocery / bar known as Seed to Table. On to number 6 of the things I wish I knew about Naples, Florida is vacation town dollars. If you have a business here in Naples, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been here for the past 20 years and I'm a business owner, and there is a drastic revenue shift in the off season. You have your decreased sale volume in season. It's much greater than the off season because you have about a 50%, as I mentioned earlier, drop in the population, which is somewhere around 400,000 people in total, I believe, at this point. And when I first started here, my chiropractic office ramped up pretty quickly because I opened in season. And I quickly wondered what happened when I went from 45 patients. And then the following week, I was looking at the schedule and it was down to 4. And I asked my office manager, we just really were kind of miffed. And then I realized, and people educated me, that after Easter is when off season kicks in. And it is a big deal. Maybe if you're familiar with the Jersey Shore, you know, the boardwalks, they have a limited time to capture their income, and then everything kind of shuts down. Well, Naples doesn't shut down. In fact, more and more people are starting to live here year round, which is really good. And there's lots of things that you can do in the off season. It has some benefits too, as far as not needing reservations and things like that as well. But if you do have a business in town, you know exactly what I mean. It's something that I wasn't prepared for, is vacation revenue dollars into your business. On to number 7 of the things I wish I knew about living in Naples, Florida. And basically, let's cut out the nonsense and say how truly amazing it is. Now, again, I've moved here quite a while ago. It's not as quaint as it once was. But with that said, it's still truly paradise. The beaches, the sunsets, the friendly people, fine dining, the art festivals, the activities, the amazing shops and stores, and on and on and on. There is so much to offer for all ages and such a great place to raise a family, which was the #1 reason why I chose Naples, Florida. This Southwest Florida area is just incredible. I did consider Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Boca, Delray Beach even, but to me, nothing compares to Naples, Florida. It's just cozy. The weather's beautiful, of course, and it's been voted #1 happiest place to live. So there's got to be something to say for that. So in recapping the 7 things I wish I knew about Naples, Florida, people, the term snowbirds, #1, that was a wake-up call. #2, the darn builders and developers. I do love them, but there's no greenery that's a plot of land left. They build on it. I think we even have the Wawas from my neck of the woods up north in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania, are there. #3 was the community bedtime. #4, because they do go to bed really early. Community bedtime is definitely something to be aware of. If you love happy hours, you'll be spot on. Again, back to #4 is 18 holes of golf. Prices change in season and out of season dramatically. 5 restaurants, there's tons of them all over the place. You can just eat to your heart's content. Just some amazing places to go. #6 is vacation dollars. There is a revenue shift, no doubt about it, in season and out of season. And seasons typically between January and May predominantly. They do come into town in October, November as well. But then you have the holidays of Thanksgiving, you have Christmas and so forth. And then #7, just truly an amazing place to be. I'm not a negative person, so we got to wrap it up with Naples is just a great place to be. So please like and subscribe to my channel, Your Real Estate Doctor. If you watched this video all the way through this point and to the end, I just want to thank you so much for that. I'm going to be bringing you more videos, not only in the areas of real estate, but we'll be talking about some finance discussions as well. And I am a chiropractor, so we'll be talking about some health and wellness tips on top of that. Check out some of my videos. Additionally, I'll put a link below to a video you might enjoy called The Pros and Cons of Living in Naples, Florida. And please comment below. And you can also reach me by email at luxuryrealestatedoctor@gmail.com. That's luxuryrealestatedoctor@gmail.com. Or you can send me a text at 239-331-5886. That's 239-331-5886. Again, I'm Dr. Ron Repasy, your real estate doctor with Realty One Paradise here in Naples. And I hope you enjoyed this. And with that, that's a wrap.